What's going on, guys? My name's Tom Pfeiffer. I'm a fitness coach based in New York City, and in this video, we're focused on improving squat mobility. Check it out. First things first, your foot width. Let's make sure that your feet are either shoulder width or just outside of your shoulders. I want you to think about getting wider with your knees and getting wider with your feet, okay? If you are in a position where your back is rounded, we don't want to be stretching your lower back. So I want you to try to be more upright, meaning your heels will probably lift off the ground. That's totally fine. We're working on ankle flexibility, not lower back flexibility. I want you to think about pushing your weight to the outer parts of your feet. So an exercise that we can actually even do is just standing up and getting the weight all the way to the outer part of our feet, because most people have really tight ankles, especially on the lateral side of their feet, meaning the outer parts of their ankles and feet. So now that we're in a squat, there's a few things that we can do. The first would be just to wiggle. So think about shifting your weight from left to right, or even doing a slight twist. So I can actually bring one heel down as the other rises up, and then switch, bring the other heel down as one rises up. And this kind of just helps me to sink down into a squat. From here, something that we can do is we can put our hands in front of us and you can lean forward. This is in yoga, I believe they call this crow pose. You don't have to lift off the ground. You're just keeping your feet down on the ground, hands in front of you, knees out wide. Cool. So I'll rock between this. I'll go forward and back. Always trying my best to keep my back nice and flat. This is just, everything that I say is just a recommendation, so please move however it feels best for you. You can twist, you can go forward, or come back to neutral. Another thing that we can do is put our hands behind us. So if you put your hands behind you, you should feel more of a stretch in the front of your legs. And then from here, you can actually think about making your knees touch the ground. A third option, so I like hands in front, I like hands behind, and then a third option would be to have a twist. So we can put a hand down, so I'm putting my elbow into my knee on the inside, I'm placing my hand down, and then I'm rotating up like this. This is a great way to include some lower back flexibility as we're doing this. I can switch, and just playing around, forward, back, shifting weight, twisting. This is really all that it comes down to. How much time are you spending in a squat? Now, at this point, we've been here for about 4 or 5 minutes. You probably feel like discomfort in your ankles. That makes sense. Something that you can do to stay in this position, or rather to quickly counter stretch, would be just to sit on your heels. So this is just a counter stretch, it's a nice rest. Also, if you can't sit on your heels or on the ground, that's a flexibility test that you can practice. So just like we sit in a squat, you can spend time sitting in this position. Another option to rest, if you start to really feel your ankles or your hips and you're like, oh, this is burning, you can place your hands down and just try to straighten your legs a little bit and then go right back down. If you can't touch the ground, just think about standing up and then go right back down. And really, it's just about spending as much time as we can in a squat. If you feel like you're not making progress with your squat, move, change. If you're in a single position, a certain position, and it hurts somewhere, try and move around, shift. You can even, do some animal flow, moving left and right. But if you're not making progress in a particular position, move, try something different, learn, experiment with your body. If we don't address the underlying causes, we're never going to get better with our mobility or our squat. So the two causes or two of the primary causes for tightness in the squat are the shoes that we wear and the time we spend sitting. So shoes just kind of bunch up our feet and raise our heels, so we lose ankle and foot flexibility. I would recommend getting a barefoot shoe, or just spending as much time as you possibly can barefoot. The second cause, primary cause for poor squat mobility is because we're spending so much time seated. So if I'm sitting like this, for 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, which I did, by the way, I've done that my majority of my life, why would your body be able to go all the way down? If we're not using this range of motion, the body's not going to be able to do that. So spend less time sitting and spend less time with your feet in cages. That's a way to improve our squat mobility, to address the underlying causes. If you're serious about improving your squat, you want to get an ass to grass impressive squat, this is the routine that I would recommend. Spend 10 minutes per day in a squat. You can watch this video every day. You can wake up with a glass of water and just sit in a squat. That's what I like to do. But the more time that you're able to spend in a squat, the better. You can do tons of other stuff. You can do a Cossack squat. You can do a couch stretch. There's a million different stretches or activities that we can do to improve our squat. But at the end of the day, it comes down to how much time are you spending in a deep squat. That's the video. If you like the video, like the damn video. Let me know what you would like to see next. And until next time, peace!